Good morning and welcome to Nora's Dog Training Company. We're here today with Homer and Fred, and what we're going to be demonstrating for you today on video is some of the commands that Homer has been working on since he's been away from home. The first thing that we want to introduce is the training equipment that we're using, and Fred is using a regular 6-foot web training leash, and he keeps the bulk of that leash folded neatly in his right hand. That leaves his left hand free to give any correction that's needed, and the only correction that we give is a little tug and release on the training collar, and that is the second piece of equipment that we're using. Homer's become very accustomed to his training equipment and behaves much better when it's on him than when it's off of him. Now he is sitting nicely at Fred's left, which is where all of our obedience training is done, and the first exercise that we're going to demonstrate for you is heeling. Heeling is very important. It's proper leash walking, and the command is Homer, heel. At this point, Homer's job is to stay even with your left leg when you're walking, not dragging you down the street, not whipping you out of your shoes, and each time that you stop walking, Homer's been taught to sit automatically without being told to wait for his next command. So nice automatic sits, nice heeling skills. The next exercise that we're going to demonstrate for you is the sit-stay. The stay is a hand and a voice command, and because it is a stationary exercise, we do not use his name. Now, as you continue forward with Homer, you're going to be practicing lengthening out this exercise. When Fred returns back to him, he's going to walk all the way around him. Now he got up. Fred told him no sit. Because Homer is supposed to remain seated until Fred gets all the way back around to where they started. And then he gets a little pat for praise and they take off heeling. It is a very cold, blustery morning here today at the Jersey Shore. Oh, I think that's one of the reasons why Homer's a little distracted here. Nice automatic sits, nice heeling, right even with your left leg. Fred's going to leave him again in another sit-stay. And sit-stays help to develop self-control, maturity, focus. So this is why he's staying a little longer, because he still has some things that need to be tweaked. Fred's going to leave him again in a sit-stay, and that's what you do when he doesn't do it perfectly. You don't get angry and upset. You just make him do it the right way. Now this time, instead of returning back to him, Fred's going to demonstrate the come on command. And Homer's being taught to come and sit versus coming and jumping all over you. And that's very important. You don't want this big guy jumping all over your guests, jumping all over people. When he jumps, you ignore him. He only gets praised when he comes and sits. So Fred will demonstrate that recall exercise again for you. He leaves him in a sit-stay. He turns to face him, walks out to the end of his 6-foot leash. He does use his name for this command, but you don't want to get too happy because then Homer gets too happy. You call him in, he comes right in. That was a beautiful recall. He comes right in front and sits. Now the next commands that we're going to be demonstrating for you are the down commands. These are probably the most well-used commands in your home, and you can practice everything that you're seeing on this video indoors as well as outdoors. Now this is the down from a heel position. So with the dog seated at your left, you take your left open palm, push it straight down toward the ground, and give the one-word command to down and stay. Now you're going to lengthen out your long down stay to 5 minutes. And when you return back to him, you're going to walk all the way around him just as on the sit-stay. And he should remain lying there till you get back to his shoulders. Everything starts and stops at that heel position. So he's come a very long way. He's just got a little bit more work to do before he comes home. We know you've missed him terribly. We appreciate you giving us a little bit of extra time. There's your down with just a hand command and stay. Now that sniffing is something that we need to correct with him, because that always precedes a dog getting up. They start to sniff, they get distracted, they forget what they're doing, and they stand up. They're like little kids. This time Fred will call him out of that downstay. Comes in and sits. And the very last exercise that we're going to demonstrate for you today on video is his down from a distance. This is a little bit harder exercise because you're not next to the dog. So Fred's going to leave him in a sit stay. He's not going to go too far away. We're going to lengthen out that distance as we move forward. He's going to use his right hand to give the command.
No. Down.
There you go. Perfect. So as you can see, he's done a great video. He's just not quite where we would like him to be. He's come a long, long, long way. Still just a little bit longer to go. We know you miss him, and he will see you very soon. We want to thank you for choosing Nora's Dog Training Company.